What's up, Whippers? Vice here, and we're looking... Am I pointing in the right direction? We're looking at Hisuian Zoroark. This list was submitted by one of our regular stream viewers, TCK, and they have been working on honing this Zoroark V-Star deck. So let's have a look at the deck very quickly to see what it does. And so the idea behind this deck is you use the Hisuian Zoroark V-Star, you do 50 times the amount of Pokemon that you have in play with a damage counter on it. So you can have 6 Pokemon in play. That's 300 damage right there. Put on a Choice Belt, 330. Add powerful energies. That's an extra 20 for each one. So you can hit for very big numbers if you want. You can sort of scale it up or down depending on how much damage you need to do. You've got lots of cards in the deck to make it all come together and work. Got Gengar here with Netherworld Gate. Brings itself back from the discard pile and brings damage counters with it. Damage Pump moves the damage counters around as you need it. Can be very useful. It's not just for setting up your board for the damage needed for Zoroark V-Star, but it can also take crucial damage counters away from certain places to stop your opponent from getting easy KOs. You've got Gapejaw Bog to help you get damage counters into play. You've got Dunsparce to protect you from your fighting weakness, which can come into play sometimes. Not always, but I have had games where I was thankful for the Dunsparce in the deck. And you know, the deck is sort of designed around getting your energy into play. You've got the water energy and you've got the Melony. Okay, you've got an Irida here for some funky, you know, Lumineon or Greninja plus, say, Damage Pump, or maybe you go for Incense so you can use the V-Star power, Phantom Star. Another great aspect to this Pokemon. So, TCK submitted this list. My thoughts after playing it for a while is, so the things that sort of bring it down a notch in my books is that the list lacks switching. So, and I'll preface this by saying it's not a criticism. Okay, this is just how I feel about the deck after playing it for a while. So, the deck is designed around not needing to switch, is how I'll put it. Okay, you play at such a frantic pace that you need to make concessions somewhere. You assume that you should never need to switch. If your opponent is using boss's orders on something on your bench, you assume that it's getting knocked out, right? So you don't run the switching. We don't run Manaphy, which can be a bit risky. Because there's no Manaphy, you're a little bit weak to things like Amazing Rare Raikou, which can do 120 to the active, 120 to the bench. You got to think about how much total damage that card is putting out, 240. So I would like to see Manaphy in the list, even though it is also still weak to the likes of Sableye. And speaking of which, there's no way to sort of prevent effects of attacks. So you're weak to Paralysis, you're weak to Sableye, and weak to Amazing Rare Yveltal. Okay, Dunsparce without Manaphy as well puts you in kind of a difficult position against the likes of Regis. So they can use cards like Regieleki to snipe the bench, either by doing the 40 damage spread, or even just the 120 bad Regieleki attack to snipe it outright. And then it cleans up the rest of the game using the Regirock to hit you for weakness. The deck also doesn't have any way to slow the opponent down, so like, there's no path to the peak. You're not running Empoleon V, which could be an answer to something like Regis. And because there's no double turbo, if you don't have the Melony and you've got a 0 energy board, that can be a bit awkward. Okay, so not to leave you without suggestions, so my thoughts is consider Manaphy. Consider Wash Energy to protect the Manaphy. I would consider Empoleon V to slow down Regis. Maybe you can run Empoleon instead of Manaphy altogether and give yourself a way to shut down Regis completely. Okay? They're not able to draw and things like that if they can't use their abilities. So, but the problem is that that deck runs Path to the Peak. So Path to the Peak shuts down Empoleon and becomes a whole thing. So may not be as good as I thought initially. I would consider Raihan, because if you run the Raihan, you could get a surprise Moonlight Shuriken out. Yeah. So those are my thoughts. I got a game playing up here for you, so please enjoy, and I'll see you in the next live stream or video. Take care and goodbye. See ya. Down to the next turn. So, turn upcoming. Lumineon for Melony. Melony. Play the Melony. Try and get a Zoroark V-Star. And try and get the KO. If they bump out Gapejaw, which they will do with Tempest Dive anyway, it's kind of bad for us. We don't want to see V-Guard either, but... Which means we also need to find Belt or something else. If they fail to get the KO, I think we win. It's pretty bad for them if they don't. They might even just go the extra energy. Yeah, you just go the extra powerful energy and take the KO here. We don't really care about collapsed Hay. We just get rid of the Gengar, and then we just put Gengar back in. We got enough stadiums, so, you know. And we need to somehow do 310 damage this turn. So we'll try. Belt is good. I'll take Belt. Concealed. Gapejaw, thank you. Lumineon. Yes. Melony. Play the Melony. Ooh, we're getting there. So the problem is like, no, yeah. So we Gengar, Netherworld. And then we damage pump, right? Put one there. One there. We need Belt. And that's like the KO, right? That's already the KO if we evolve as well. Wisdom the Irida. Ultra Ball. I'm gonna get rid of these two. Zoroark. It's 330. You got one V-Guard. So this is enough. Right? Curse. You got two weird decks you want to showcase? Sounds good, Emerald. You know that we are appreciators. Of the weird and the wonderful. And the cursed and the bad and the different. That's what we do here. So just seeing your message now, King Kong. So you're in the UK. Yeah, nice one. Got a couple of UK viewers, at least from your area. Waking up in the morning. It must be Thursday for you. Nice one. Bit of a struggle for our opponent to navigate the turn upcoming. We have a Serena in the hand, so if they're not attacking us with Amazing Rare Veltal, then we're in the clear. Looks like they're going the Lumineon route. We do not want to see a Belt. Thank you. All right, let's lock this game up. We evolve, attach powerful energy, and it should be GG. This is almost a checkmate. And we can do this, and we'll put the research on top to keep it nice and safe. And we use Ticking Curse. That was it. So this is how we win. Win by going first, and then never relenting.